Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. And it's good evening from London. And maybe it's good morning or good afternoon to you. So, whatever you're doing, I hope you've been having a really good time. So, are you ready for a spot of stitching? I know. It's Thursday. It's Thursday already. And tomorrow is Friday. So, today, I think I'm going to just take it easy and revisiting this piece. So I haven't worked on this piece for a little while. And this piece, if you have been following my streams, you probably have seen this piece before. Previously, it's called the wedding store or the wedding dress store. Oh no, it's actually a wedding dress shop. Okay, so this is one of the 14 count cross-stitching kit I bought years ago. I think I got this one, maybe the first out of the four. It was back in 2018, and I got it from Amazon. It came in a kit with fabric, original fabric, and floss as well. And only recently, maybe the recent couple of weeks, I realized the artist's name is called John Patrick O'Brien. Okay, let me show you the full piece so you know what I mean. So it might look familiar to some of you. I've been looking at, this image and a few others, very similar in style for many years, but just somehow just didn't know who the artist was until recently, and I'm so pleased to find out. So I think it's only fair to restore the name of this painting here. It's called Maison Romantique. Okay, I could have done it a little bit more French, but let's not do that. It's Maison Romantique and Romantic House, and it's so appropriate. And definitely, this is a French theme paintings, one of many of this artist, John O'Brien, and I absolutely love the style. So to honor the artist and truthful to this image, to this painting, I restore the name to the correct name here. So this is the piece I would like to work on. It's absolutely really romantic. It's wedding dress shop, and tons of flowers. And also look at the background there. You can see, I'm pretty sure it's Eiffel Tower in the horizon there. And this is probably sometime just early evening or late afternoon. You can see the sunset there in the horizon, and I absolutely love this piece. And also I have fond memories because this is one probably the first full coverage piece I got without knowing what it was. I just knew there were a lot of stitches involved, and so let me just show you my progress so far. So this is actually a second attempt here because I have told the story before. The first attempt, when I first did it years ago, I did it in the wrong orientation of the fabric, so I had to restart. And I'm so glad I did, because this time it worked perfectly well. And so let me just show you my whip here. So this is a picture taken maybe a couple of sessions ago. So I started from the center. You can see the first mannequin there on the left. This is actually the center to the right, the first page in the middle to the right side, if that makes any sense. And also the second page is also done, and the page next to it. I'm working on a third page, and the reason I'm working page by page is because they came in paper pattern, and I've been kind of restricted working with markup there, but recently I contacted the company that sold me this kit, and to my surprise, they have a digital copy they sent to me. So now I have the actual PDF installed on my pattern keeper. I am so happy because I was struggling with markup with this project, with this 14 count project. So now I'm free from that, and I've just updated the stitches here mostly. I'm sure there's some outdated bits. I'll catch up bit by bit, but mostly centered around the third page here. So you can see the page definition here. And let me just zoom out so you can see the size of the project. So as you can see, I did a center start. This is wedding dress start, okay? And I couldn't wait. And also at that point, to be honest, to be fair to myself, I was always taught to start from the center. And that's what I did. That's what I did. So I'm working toward different directions. Currently, I'm moving to the right because I really want to do the flower vendor area. That's so gorgeous. And gradually, I'll pick and choose where I go. And this piece, just like the other three 14 count kits, they have back stitches. So what you're seeing here is not the end of the story. Once I've completed them, I will be able to apply the back stitches as well, which I'm really looking forward to. So you can tell this is where I am right now, and on the third page here. So for today, I'm going to stick with the third page, the border here, and respect this boundary here. And maybe once I completed this area, I can forget about page definition borders and just work whichever direction or method that makes sense. So with that, let me just pop my tablet back here. I am so happy and so relieved to be able to have a digital copy here, and also have the name of the piece restored to to the correct one. You never know when you buy cross stitching kits or patterns online. Sometimes the patterns are renamed for whatever reason, and all sorts of things happen. So, and of course, before I proceed to make my first stitch, I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat. So great to have you with me here. So let's have a look. Rajao is the first one to report to the chat. I thought Rajao was on holiday or in India somewhere. And how good of you to promptly come into the chat and say hello. I hope you're having a great time. And Betty Lou Taylor is here as well. Wonderful. And Carla is here as well. And Sarah, of course, our princess, is also here. Lakika says, oh, made it to the start today. Absolutely. Right on time, Lakika. And Nido and the Dutch is here as well. Hello, hello. Captain Squirrel, so good to see you. Welcome back from Australia. I think this might be the following day or maybe quite early in the morning. Well done. And let's have a look. Leslie McLean is here as well. Hello, everyone. Happy stitching. And Marianne Williams. Oh, good afternoon from where Maria is. And Sue as well. Welcome back, Sue. And Kimberly is here. Good to see you. Lorraine is here as well. Hello, I'll be listening while I attempt to put my painting fairy stand together. Oh dear, the DIY project starts. Yes, good luck, Lorraine. I hope everything's okay. It looks complicated. And Steve, hello, Steve. And Jackie Turner, Maddie Budget Corner is also in the chat. And let's have a look. Pepping, hello, welcome back. And Turtle Stitcher is also here. Hello, Heather. And Salita Strouds, hello, welcome. And she says, hello, Yogi, and stitching friends around the world. Indeed, all over the world, from different time zones. And Dalby Johnson, hi all, I'm joining from work today. So no stitching for me, living vicariously through you all. Absolutely, we have many people actually watching sneakily and listening to us during their working hours. I hope we keep you company. And Mandy is back here. Hello, hello. Michelle Fuller, welcome. And Susan Chamberlain. Susan, welcome back. And I just read your what is it? Your Facebook post, Susan, very naughty. Susan fell asleep last night, and hopefully I'll keep you awake tonight. I was thinking, well, Susan is not roasting me today. How strange. Very out of character. Turned out Susan fell asleep, and let's keep her awake today. And Maddie is back as well. I'm knitting and crochet. That would be the only time that I pronounce the entire handle today. And Kelly Saw says hello, Yogi, and everyone. And Rajal, hello. I'm in India with lots of rain. Oh, we're raining here in London as well, so you know you have good company. Not too much, but we rain a little bit. And Janelle is here as well from Australia. Good morning indeed, of the following day. So guys, today is one of those easygoing day, and I had a pretty busy day as well. So I'm really looking forward to just some easygoing stitching here. So 14 counts first of all, big stitches. But also, I'm going to just follow whatever color I want and just start to fill in this area. So if you don't know which area, I will be working on just a quick reference here with the markup here. And I'll show you quickly of the full markup. So I'm right at the, you know, if you look from mannequin from the right there toward far right, near where the flower is, I'm just slightly above there. So I'm going to start stitching the shop front. There's a little shop there, really, really sweet. I don't know what shop it is. Maybe I'll find out as I stitch. So I am going to make my first few stitches and warm up these little hands. And Suzanne is here as well. Good to see you, Suzanne. And it is Friday so quickly. Because yesterday we just did the Wednesday sale, and by Thursday it just feels like it's almost Friday. How strange. And so let me see. So I try my best to update these stitches here on my pattern keeper, because I have to start from scratch and mark all of them, which is not too bad because I've been working page by page, but there are quite a lot of loose stitches here from the last session, so I'll update them as I go and start to fill in maybe this area as well. And let me see, I think I'm going to start. Oh, how nice to have a digital copy properly. So I am going to pick my first victim is 3328. 3328, and this is a an organizer dedicated to all the 14 count threads. I consolidated all the 4 different kits. They're from the same company, so the same floss, and combine them into one master set just for these kits. 3328. And let me, I've got one dot already. Very good start. Alison is here as well. Alison Rennie. She says, hi everyone. Away in caravan for a long weekend. My goodness, that sounds very exotic. Got threads geek tangled with me in a goose stub. Wow. Yes. Susan says, any kitties, Yogi? Not in this pattern. That's a good point. There's no kitties in this pattern as far as I know. But you never know, Susan. It may be inside the shops. I'm sure one of them has got at least one cat somewhere. I'll look. I'll look very carefully. And let me know what you guys are working on the Thursday. This peaceful Thursday. And you know what you're drinking as well. I'm having my the usual peppermint tea. It's like coming home, drinking peppermint tea, and a little bit of leftover coffee. So you know the usual. All my comfort drinks. Let me see where I am here. Reorient myself. Right here. So this one is second from the top is here. So you know, in the beginning, if I'm going to make any mistakes at all, it's normally in the beginning. So I want to be a little bit more mindful and try not to visit Mr. Frog today if I can possibly help it. So I'm starting with this kind of salmony red color. It's so nice to stitch 14 counts after 28 yesterday. It's always nice to switch around a little bit. And now I don't have to struggle with markup anymore. I am very, very happy indeed. 1, 2. So another one here already, and another one here. I'm not quite sure about these colors actually already. It's already question mark. Let's have a look. I think this one is over here, because I was struggling with markup so much that sometimes I just stitch wherever that looked right, even maybe it wasn't. But I'm free from that now. Very happy. You know, the tools you use is so important. Let's have a look here. And that one. Maddie is drinking cold water. Wow. North Dakota. Is it already cold over there? I mean, we're in September, but we're not quite winter yet. That's amazing. And Maddie's working on Bear again today. 800 stitches already. Oh, for the whole piece, not today. And goodness. And Lakika is working on Curiosity and drinking ice water. And Suzanne is working on Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, yes, of course. That's one of the first pieces I've seen you working on. Yes. And that's where Suzanne is coming from in the US. Let me have a little snip here. I'm warming up, guys. And this fabric is really soft and nice to stitch. And let me just mark my stitches here. Because sometimes Aida can be a little bit hot on a sort of starched, quite starched. And a little bit sort of more stiff to work with. But this one is really nice and soft from the beginning. So it's very nice. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, Sarah. Sarah's working on Amy Stewart Candylicious. Have you finally started? All my supplies came in yesterday and I'm catching on. Oh, it's a very colorful and really fun piece as well. Candylicious. Lots of colors. A little bit like Sweet Shop. Amy Stewart's pieces are just so much fun, isn't it? This one over here. I'm going to and this thread over here, and try to catch up, try to mark all the stitches to match the fabric as I go. Let me have a little play here. So this one over here, there's a whole bunch of them already done. It wasn't marked. Yeah, one of the things I like about Pattern Keeper is the fact that unlike Saga is good with many things, but in order to sort of undo any marked stitches on the screen, you have to flip the tools back and forth, back and forth. Whereas Pattern Keeper, you just select either the stitch area or unstitch area. It just automatically flip back and forth to the marking and the frog state, which is quite clever. Oh dear. Kimberly says, I've been I've been on a lily pad all day. Frog mania here. Oh dear. Hopefully I'm done. Our frogging is sometimes necessary, but it's, you know, it's not fun. But once it's done, it's good, right? It's a relief. So let me see where I am here. I like to fill up these areas a little bit more before I move on. How's that? I think it would be tidier. I feel a little bit better. Let me see, where am I here? Two. So I'm going to do this one above. Just one stitch. 8, 4, 4, 8, 4, 4. 8, 4, 4. Joyce, hello Joyce. And Joyce is still working on the ladies sewing, and my tea is Arabian Nights. Oh, that's very exotic. Cinnamon, cloves, and roses. Very appropriate. That's totally, yes, that's very, very heartwarming and exotic at the same time. A44. So I'm going to take one strand here, A44 over here. I like these, I like the floss a lot. I think it's Egyptian cotton, whatever that means. But I think it's kind of a type of floss. Well, I quite like it because sometimes the issue I have with DMC is a lot of colors look, the texture of the threads sometimes just come across too glossy. So when you stitch, you can see the shine, which I don't like that much. Sometimes you like something just matte. So I quite like these ones. It's just right. So Joyce, have you got any verdict on whether the pattern, is to your liking and it's not too dark? At what point you will know? Because I know you're doing kind of a test as well, just to see if it's something that you would like to continue to move forward. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. Just one stitch over here. And actually, there are a couple of stitches over here as well. So why don't I do that as well? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. A few stitches here on the side. Mandy is doing the last bird on the Lola Crow extraordinary bird sow. My goodness. And drinking coffee. Very nice. I've got a little bit of leftover coffee as well. Captain Score is working on anime princess, a Busette, and drinking sugar-free Red Bull. My goodness. But it's not caffeine-free, is it? Yes. Very hardcore. Power drinks for power stitching. I'll snag a little bit here. Oh dear, it just tied a little knot here by itself. I didn't do anything. Oh dear, let me end it then. It's not liking it. 2 stitches here. I'll just end it here. So I just do a regular tuck in. Kimberly is working on a magic book by Tamara Markagard. Not great with names. And Steve says, I finished the bottom half of the pumpkin panel on a Halloween stitch, the saw we're doing, and working on the top half and adding the spider drinking a cheap lager. Very nice. Great combination. Oh, Jackie's doing the sow as well. My goodness. Oh, is there something happening with the chat? If it's playing up, you can just refresh the screen. Normally fix something. Sometimes it looks fine on my end. So maybe some of you that something happened there. But hopefully it's not the stream itself. Here we go. Let me pick another color here. (902). So next week for the festive soul, the Halloween element, I think the next session would be on next Friday because we did it. We kickstart the festive stitching on Tuesday. But from next week, I think we're going to move it to Friday because people seem to prefer Fridays for festive stitching. So that's what we'll be doing. Let's have a look. Where am I? Where am I indeed? There. So there should be 2 stitches from the bottom. Let me just start from here then. It's always a little bit tricky when you first kind of transfer a pattern to a new app and try to catch up all the stitches. It takes a little while to be totally up to date. So it's all good for Sarah and Susan. And normally if it's something sort of a little bit weird, just refresh or restart the app or the screen. Should fix it most of the time. Unless it's me, then on my end. Joey says, I'm not sure about the lady. Still think it could turn out all right. I posted a pic on the Facebook. Would love to have a look. I've seen your starting point. But it's quite a commitment, isn't it? In order to find out whether the color is right, you still have to work on it for quite a bit before you know. And this piece has got a lot of back stitching going on there, so really looking forward to it. Oh, and also I forgot to tell you, I've got some Diet Coke as well. Very naughty. I just decided I was going to have a Coke about an hour ago. But now I'm going to take a sip of my tea here. Still nice and hot in my flask. And Marianne Williams is drinking water, working on quoting room, yes. And hanging out with daughters, 3 dogs and 3 cats. Sounds like paradise, do you not think? Yes. All are very cute creatures. All the stitches are nice and big here. So nice. I just love these 14 count kits. It's just like so comforting to work with. You know, it's like there's nothing to prove. I'm just stitching and it's beautiful. Got a little bit of thread left. Maybe I can go for a little, wander a little bit further. Pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Joy says, I'd rather do 7K stitches in the middle to see if it's okay. If it was stitched from the top down, it's nearly 200K before I get there. Yeah, fair enough. So does that mean if you like it, you're gonna stay at the center and working from there? Because that one kind of makes sense. Oh dear, no, this one is not correct. I'm 1 stitch off. So today I have to spot my own errors because no one else can tell me. I haven't got my app screen there. Or maybe that's a good thing. No one will notice. Oh, this thread is getting a little bit upset. The thread is getting upset. Okay, let me end it there. Doesn't like it. Let me just undo that one. Maddie says, just finished my 200th stitch, 3 hours in. That's pretty good because, you know, it's not number of stitches, the quality of the stitches. And also, if you're doing a little bit of confetti, you know, confetti areas, 200 is tremendous. Susan says, one of the John O'Brien charts I bought is a cafe scene overlooking the Eiffel Tower in the distance. I love all those pieces. I mean, some of them, you know, kind of inside, kind of palace looking ones I'm less drawn to, but the street views are absolutely gorgeous. And I've been sort of trying to dig around to find out more about this artist and couldn't find that much about him. I think he may be Irish, that's all I know, and he only passed away kind of recent years, so he's not like someone from the past or last century or something like that. He's a relatively contemporary and just passed away a few years ago, I think. I can't remember the year, but I wish I could find out more about him, because I adore just his pieces. And it's interesting, an Irish man is painting sort of French themed pieces, quite a few of them. Majority of them that I've seen, they're all street views of France. It's quite intriguing to find out maybe he lived there for a long time or something like that. Let me see. I think this one is done. And those ones as well. Joyce, I think I'll work my way up to the first royal row I've already done and continue from there. Okay, so you start from the top and decided to go straight to the middle for the testing, and hopefully It's going to join up. Very bold move. Very bold move, Joyce. Yes, I hope they will join together seamlessly. Yes, take a break, Maggie. Confetti is exhausting, exhausting. And let's see, where should I go next? I quite fancy stitching the canopy area. I've been looking forward to above the shop there. Why not? It looks so much fun, and the color scheme is so pretty as well. Indeed. So 3713 3713 baby pink right here. I remember when I first got this piece, I was intrigued by the fact it was fully covered. I think it was 2018 when I got this kit. And even though I restarted, I didn't buy another kit. I just used the floss because the tons of floss that comes with a kit, really generous amount. So I wasn't worried about it. And I remember when I first started, I was totally clueless. I was just trying to stitch in a way that kind of makes sense, but I was struggling. I think it was probably the first time I came across anything that kind of close to confetti, because prior to that I was doing dimensions kits, you know, or a little bit like our Halloween pattern type of things. Might be partially covered, but no confetti, very little, if at all. But this one was totally different. It's fully covered, and I just didn't know what to do. I was just thinking, why is it so complicated to stitch? Because most of the times with, you know, regular cross-stitching kits, normally pick one color and there would be a whole bunch of stitches together. Whereas patterns like this doesn't work that way. It's everywhere, scattered all over the place. And I didn't have any method or strategy for it. So I was totally lost. I was totally lost. And I think it was from that point I started to research on how to stitch pieces like this. I still didn't have a name. I didn't know it was called full coverage. I didn't know it was a thing. And yeah, so, but it wasn't, I didn't really work on it until 2019, maybe just a few months before the lockdown. Even though I bought the kit back in 2018, I just left it there. So by the time I started working on it, we're pretty close to sort of lockdown. And oh, let me have a look here, double check. And then I just fell into this rabbit hole completely. It's just, you know, I was researching like crazy, trying to figure out different stitching methods, trying to find a way to do it. So I learned my first parking method, which was block by block, diagonal. and color completion. So that was my first stab of parking there. Jams is here. Hello, happy time zone, everyone. Indeed. Two. Huh, let me see. A little bit tricky here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are done. And then over here, there. Just trying to match up what's happening on my fabric here. 1, 2. There. These are done. Suzanne says, Q snaps are devil. I swear I gave up on them. I give up on them. Yeah, Susan, just maybe the day before yesterday, because I was running out of available hoops, and I thought, well, maybe I should dig into my Q snap to see if I can make them work. And I tried to use different fabrics and material to line up under these clips. And I just couldn't make them stay and maintain the tension. I actually used something like, let me just show you. Because at one point I was doing a little bit of a quoting, not very successfully, but I do have some quoting material. And I found this. Let me show you. I think this may be one of the suggestions from when we were talking about how to keep tensions for Q-snap. And I found this because this you could use for quoting. You can just put fabric on top, and it's sort of on a thin, quite thin side, because some of them can be quite thick. I think it's called, not wadding, is it? I don't know the terminology. But I use this and I line it on top of the fabric over the frames and place the clips on top. And no luck there. The fabric just slides everywhere. It kind of, everything rolled inwards, and the fabric just loses tension. I don't know. I really don't know how to make it work properly. I think if you don't mind, having your fabric kind of loose, it's okay. I know it's being used a lot, but for me, it's just not really. Not happy with the tension. Susan says, no, I just can't get them to stay tight. I really like my fabric drum tight. Same here, Susan. We're in the same camp. Yes, It slips. You're quite right. It's not just you. It's just the way it is. I don't know. I don't know why they became so popular. It's a bit of kind of a trend. And then everybody, I joined in as well because I thought, well, if everybody's raving about it, it must be good. And I used them for a little while. It was kind of okay. But I was constantly struggling with the tension. So I've got quite a few of them. So ideally, I would like to make them work, but no luck so far. Rabbit hole, stitching down under. I try linen. Well, I didn't try linen. I tried fabric. Kind of, I've got some fabric. I tried everything. Kind of any kind of lining, sort of liners I can use to create a little bit more friction, so the clippers would stay in place, but no luck. Which is a shame. Two. Suzanne says, broke my new nudge a hoop, and I was too lazy to use one of the plastic nudge hoops. Wow, so I'm not the only one who's got like superhuman strength that break my hoops. Suzanne as well. There you go. It's not just me. But Suzanne, I would recommend getting those really thick ones. Like this one I'm using is the regular ones, but there's some double thickness depths hoops from is it Nudge newer? I don't know. You can get those. They're a lot better. Jam says, I use felt. I've tried felt as well because I've got lots of felt, but it's still the fabric still slides everywhere. I don't know. And I've got proper Q snaps as well, so it's not like, it's a knockoff or anything. I've got proper Q snaps. Terry Dog says, I love my Q snaps. If the fabric gets loose, I just rotate the snaps outward and it tightens right back up. Well, I don't know about you, but with I can do that, but it rolls back in right away, pretty much. It just doesn't stay there. I tried felt. I tried just fabric. And that thing I just showed you. So when you place the liners for Q-snap, you place it on top of the fabric, right? Because I did try to place it under as well. It's very tricky to do, and also it doesn't work. It's the the same outcome. Suzanne says, yeah, that's what I had. It was a screw that broke. Yes, Suzanne, you're not alone. And you know, you can get spare ones from them. And I think that's precisely why they actually sell the screws separately, because they break. So I think it's one of the maybe weaknesses of the product. I don't know what happened with those screws because they look so robust. They're really, really thick. And I actually bought some spare ones. Let me show you. Because I broke some of them because of that. And so I actually bought spare ones, like these ones, right? They look so thick and so strong, but not this one, that one. So you can buy spare ones from them. And I think because people break them for some reason. So I think the company, they know it's a problem. Oh, Rabbit Hole says, I have the Amazon knockoff brands. They don't slip at all. Really? Maybe those are better. But I think eventually they probably would kind of become a little bit loose and start rolling around. Not a care in the world. Right. Let's have a look. Let me just do those ones. One, two, three. Oh, Jam Jam says, I'm gonna wrap my inner hoops with cotton, with ribbon, but haven't got around to it. They're just so much work, isn't it? So do you mean Q snaps or just regular hoops? I think Nikki might have suggested that, but I just can't see myself doing it. It's just so much work. I'm too lazy. I just want them to work normally. That's what they're there for. It's supposed to be able to maintain the tension, you know. That's the whole purpose of a frame. Right, 3830. 3830. Let's have a look. We've got this one. Oh, Susan say I did some thin batting around my regular hoops. That really adds more extra tension. It's lovely. So how do you do that? You just wrap around the frames or just lining the fabric? Sometimes I put a piece of fabric around the edges, but yeah, that doesn't work for Q-snaps. For frames, it's kind of okay. And most of the times I can get the right tension with those round hoops, but I'm just worried about the longevity of the hoops because, you can break them. It's possible. So I try to be careful, but I think those wooden frames will probably provide really good tension, but it's just not practical for me to use those. There's so many projects that I kind of switch around. Very nice. Have a sip of my tea. Right, I'm gonna follow this line downwards. Let's have a look. Just one stitch here. 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8. Six, 4, 8. And I think the last time we talked about different solutions for the Q-snap, I think Nikki recommended some sort of anti-slip pads, which I haven't got a chance to get any. I don't know whether it's going to work because if you place it under the clips, it doesn't matter how tight it is. It doesn't prevent the fabric from rolling in from the frame, if you know what I mean. Because ultimately, it's that grip of the frames themselves that's very slidey. So, the clips are just following the fabric, if that makes sense. But the frames themselves, because of the material, it's kind of plastic. It's slidey. Hmm. Um, I think this one is correct. Three. That's correct. Hello, Randy. Randy Bacon says, I love that this hobby is so individual in its comfort zones. Hoops, counts, floss, project size, project themes, isn't it? I totally agree. And I think a lot of times you can probably have a little bit of insight into personalities and what type of, you know, characters individually. Just looking at their choices of their setup, how they organize their threads, for instance, and what type of projects they enjoy doing. You know, you kind of get a little bit of insight into the personality. Or the way they stitch, you know. Mm. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And one from the right. Susan. Susan is in top form. Susan says, in that case, what does Squid Lady say about Nikki? Oh, that is for the chat to answer. No comment from me. I just know I'm slightly freaking out, slightly scared. I know. And also my hair starts spinning when I see people just stitching like a lot of sky, you know, acres of sky and grass or darkness. You know, some designs just black, probably 70%. And then a little bit of bits and pieces. I just wouldn't survive that. I just know. So I wouldn't even go there. Oh, Suzanne says I'm super pedantic. So it's not being perfect. So not being perfect makes me angry and frustrated. You name it. Oh my God. So I'm I'm surprised you're watching me every night, Suzanne. You know, I try to cover my errors and I'm sloppy with my stitches. I'm so sorry. I put you through all that. I know. I think if you're super OCD, no, not necessarily OCD, if you're super neat and tidy, yeah, all you have to do is have a look at my organizer. And then you probably need therapy for a few weeks. For me, this is normal. I can see the order here. For me, this is pretty neat. I know exactly where these threads are and belong to. So, it's true. Mostly I'm mad that I broke my new hoop. I know, particularly if it's brand new, right? I broke one that was only about 2 weeks old as well. I had a small funeral, a little, ceremony to send it off, but it was still quite emotional. Oh, Lakika came to the rescue. Lakika says, I think it means she's adventurous and and has a quirky sense of humor. Wow, there you go. No problem, Nikki. You're totally normal. Don't you have to worry about it. No, therapy or some sort of counseling is required. You're good. You're good, Nikki. No problem. And if you don't know what we're talking about, Stitchy Nikki, Nikki Stitchy, she's a floss tuber and a regular of the chat. And you can go and have a look at her, the most recent video there. And then come back and report your thought, please. Joyce is a big brown blob map. When are you going to start that one then, Joyce? Do you need to do some test stitches to see if it's as brown as you think it is? Suzanne says, yeah, you wouldn't like this bridge pattern then. And I love the sky, so storming and just so beautiful. I'm sure it's beautiful. I totally agree with you. Because a lot of designers got like, sky and ocean. It's beautiful. But I just, no chance I'll be able to survive the stitching part of it. Heather is here. Heather House. Hello, friends. I'm late again. Never too late for a great party. Heather, welcome. Just one stitch for this one. 3743. 4, 3. Oh, really pale. 3743. Just one stitch. Oh, have you started, Joyce? Are you still working on it? Yes, Middle Earth by Hade. I know that piece. So I saw you hadn't started it. Gem Jams. Yes, go watch it. Go watch it. Nikki's new video. She's been slacking. She hadn't made one for ages. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Suzanne says this one has sea, the bay, the sky, and the headlands. Headlands. The bridge is pretty confetti heavy. Yeah, I bet. Oops. That one's not correct. That one. I have to correct myself. No one is here to help me. Hey, Dolly. Hello, babe. How are you doing? My kitty Dolly is here to say hello as usual. Hello, sweetie. How are you doing? Just have some supper. Two. I think this project feels so different, and also the other ones as well. The 14 counts. It feels so different when you have a proper pattern to work with. It just feels so light and smooth. You know, whereas I enjoyed it before, but because I had to struggle with the app and a pattern as well, it kind of took away some of the joy a little bit. But now I just feel like I'm free. So happy. One, two, three, 4. All right, that one's done. Dolly, yes. So Dolly, if you don't know what she looks like, Dolly time. That's her, look at her. So spoiled. The little legs. She's my baby. And also, I put out a clip um, about how I kind of organize my fabric here today on the channel, and I saw a post. I think it was probably from Clover Stitcher on our Facebook group, and she used ribbons. And to be honest, I have seen a YouTube video. I don't know, I can't remember who the creator was. I'm kind of demonstrating how to do it, and for some reason, I just couldn't work it out in my head. Because I think you need to put ribbons around both hoops, the inner one and the top one as well, and try to work it out in my head, but not very successfully. Maybe I just need to try it. I haven't tried it. It seems like a lot of work though. I've got quite a few hoops, and those, hair clips kind of work quite well. I just use tons of these, but it's a really nice idea. It looks really pretty as well. Hello, River. Hello, hello. And Salita says, hello, Miss Dolly. Exactly. She's so spoiled. She's like a little princess, and she knows it. Let's see. I think these ones are done. Oh, Suzanne says Needle Ninja does ribbons on her Q snaps. Oh, right. Maybe she. Yeah, because I used to watch Needle Ninja when she was creating content. Maybe that was where I saw it. Yes, you could be right, Suzanne. Now I think about it. I think the demo I saw was the Q snap as well. That could be the one. There, 315. 315. Whoops. So let me see. Few stitches here. And to be honest, I kind of looked around YouTube as well to see if someone can offer kind of a, good solution for maintaining tension for Q snaps. And I was surprised to find nothing. Majority of people are talking about how to, use the frames, etc., but not so much the tension. I'm just thinking, I can't be the only one having that problem. Yeah, I think every stitcher has their own kind of method to manage the fabric there. You see, 1, 2, 3. There. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lakika says, Yogi, I have noticed the patterns you choose do not have much block stitching. Is that a conscious choice? What do you mean by block stitching, as in block by block? Are you referring to stitching methods? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just count this one. 2, 3, 4. Because you're referencing the patterns, so I'm not sure you're talking about the patterns or the methods. So if I sip of my tea. Oh, big chunks of the same colors. Oh, I see. You mean like a whole bunch of stitches of the same color and the same place? I think it really depends on the patterns. I think majority of the full coverage I'm doing, other than the 14 count ones, they are mostly from Heaven and Earth. Yeah, I think when it comes to Heaven and Earth, and I've got quite a few, I can't remember how many of them are max colors, so probably a lot less likely to come across like a whole patch of stitches of the same color, if that's what you're referring to. I don't know if it's a conscious choice. I think full coverage by nature, by default, just have kind of more color changes, more blend of colors. And it's either full coverage sort of heaven and earth style, or it would be something like dimension, you know, type of patterns, then you have a lot less kind of color switches. So if that's what you're referring to. So it's not a conscious choice. It's just, you know, the nature of this type of patterns. Just a lot less sort of block stitching, as you said. And I think I'll probably get bored. That reminds me, Gemma stitches. Gemma has a side piece, not the main one she's stitching. I think she's doing one that's kind of computer game themed. And it's got like a huge area of black, 310, I'm guessing. And no color blends as far as I know, because heaven and earth, even if you have a black area, like really dark area, most likely you'll probably have a few different colors blending into the black colors, dark colors. But not with that piece. I think it's just a single color, just black, for acres. Within that page, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that. I'll lose my mind. Marsha, hello from Australia. Good morning. The following day, Friday. Happy Friday to Marsha. And Marsha says, good morning all. Finally been doing my Kim Jacobs patchwork. Such a beautiful colors. Yes. So you were doing the one, the patchwork quilt shop or whatever it is. I've lost track of all the names. It's all quoting, sewing, patchwork, all the lovely stuff. Yes, that's a beautiful piece, isn't it? What fabric count are you doing it in? I love that piece. I'm doing a mini. Suzanne says, I have a studio Ghibli. Is it Ghibli pattern called Ponyo, and it's a lot of plain backgrounds, and it's really nice to work on when I'm tired and still want to stitch. Yes, I think I find the same thing. It's probably similar to stitching the Halloween pattern here. Let me just bring up the mock-up as well. If you'd like to join me, it's going to be every Friday now. Let me just bring on this pattern here. Yeah, it's a little bit like this, maybe even less color switching, right? So because the style of the art, if it's more sort of anime style, then it would probably be more like Travis Pokemon type of style. But I find this piece is so relaxing to do because there's no confetti pretty much, and big stitches and all that. So it's really fun to stitch. Susan says, how many colors are in a mini? Do you mean typical number of colors or any specific pattern you're talking about? Normally around 90. Sometimes you get like 89 up to 90, I think. I think regular pieces are the same number of colors for minis and regulars. Marsha is doing 22 counts 1/1. First time single thread. Oh, wow, what an adventure. Yes, 22 1/1 is lovely. Yes, single strand. You you kind of thread, start a different way, and end in a different way as well. But full cross, you have probably a few more choices than 10 stitches. It's good fun. I was fascinated by single strand when I first learned it because I was thinking, well, surely it wouldn't provide kind of enough coverage. But I was wrong. It was perfectly fine. For 25 or maybe 22 upwards. Here, 902. 902. It's really good fun when you try kind of a new fabric count, and particularly switching from, if you always do double strand and switch to single strand. It's great fun. Oh, Susan, so you're referring to, yes, I think traveling library regular is 90. Mini, yes, mini normally has the same color, amount of colors as regulars. So in a way, if you think about it, minis probably have more confetti. In theory. Hey, Six. Six says, hello, everyone. Good evening to you too. Oh, and Susan says, what makes it mini as opposed to regular? The stitch count. So it's smaller. Normally about 9 pages. The typical pages for Heaven and Earth. So it's smaller in size, but normally the same number of colors as the regular ones. Oh, Six says, what's the difference between mini and quick stitch? Good question, because mini is normally a smaller size of the full design. So this is my interpretation. So any of you, if you have different understanding, then please come forward. Mini, so if you look at the full design, a mini version is just charted for the piece to be smaller. Whereas quick stitch, I have one piece of quick stitch actually, which I bought in the very beginning of my full coverage stitching journey. It was from the cake shop. So what it was, as far as what Heaven and Earth does, is basically they crop a part of the full design. So I don't know whether they're following the same chart as the regular. They just crop it out, or maybe they rechart it to make it work. But it's basically a cropped out area of a full piece. So a lot of times, it's similar to Story Keep. Story Keep is even smaller, but Quick Stitch is a little bit bigger. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So mini is kind of a miniature, not quite miniature, but smaller version of the full design. So you've got everything. Whereas quick stitch is a cropped out area, maybe the highlight of a piece that you could stitch. And Story Keep is also that, but even smaller, I think. I'd like to try, I'd love to try a Story Keep, perhaps, because they have quite a few. They're part of some very popular pieces. So instead of doing the whole thing, if you don't want to commit to that, you can just do a small one. So in the beginning, I was slightly intimidated by the regular size, and the mini also seemed pretty big. So when I got the cake shop, the Amy Stewart piece, I decided to get a quick stitch, and all I knew was it's a little bit smaller. And as I was stitching it, I just realized how much I loved it. So I thought, well, instead of a smaller one, kind of a portion of it, I really wanted to do the whole thing. So I decided to get the full size. Still working on it, of course. Ah, exactly, Suzanne. So Suzanne says the quick stitch I'm working on now is a vignette from the Heroes and Heroes bookshop. Yes, they just crop out an area. Maybe it's kind of the best bits ish for you to just stitch that bit rather than the whole piece. It's quite fun as well. Six. Right, I can see the point you're driving to. Okay, so six says, so Ebony makes quick stitch when leaving kitties out and cropping. The poor souls, exactly. And she nearly wanted to do that with a traveling piece. That's a nice way of looking at it. So it's a quick stitch version that Ebony created. Kitty-less and borderless. Hi, Maria. Welcome. Well done for catching us live here. That's a nice way of looking at it. Ah, and Joy says they also got minis in max colors. Yeah, I only learned that very recently. I was under the impression they're minis, so they're just regular colors. But you're quite right. Some pieces, maybe by request, some people ask for max colors for minis. That would be a nice challenge. 230 colors in a very small, well, relatively small area. The person probably enjoy pain, I'm guessing. Ah, and Joy says, and quick stitch patterns that have more stitches than the pattern they cropped it out. Oh, so they recharted. So it's not just a cropped out area of a regular pattern. They rechart it. So they just crop out the artwork and chart it accordingly. That's nice to know. That's really nice to know. So it's optimized for that that size, so to speak. So it's not really cropped out chart, it's more cropped out area of the artwork, and then they chart it, just that area. Oh, Suzanne says, wow, there's so many different combinations. Suzanne says, I have color expansions for quick stitch I'm doing. Now you're just adding another element of the color choices. Yes, it took me a while to figure out what color expansion is. So I think typically the regular pieces, that's got about 90 colors, typically 89, 90 colors, but it's mini and regular. But then some pieces, probably through requests as well, you can have color expansion. From my understanding, it's about maybe 150 colors or something around that mark. So it's kind of not quite max colors, but more than regular. If your head is spinning, you're not alone. Yes, so there are different sort of, color choices. But they're not that common as far as I can see. Most of the time it's either regular or max colors. But occasionally you come across expansion as well. Oh, this one has 160, so it's around that mark. That's an interesting choice, actually, because if you want more colors, go for max colors. Maybe some people just not quite ready, don't want to go that far. But to be honest, I've got regular charts, regular colors. They're just as beautiful. But sometimes you just want that extra challenge there. So you go for max colors. Suzanne is loving the expansion. I don't have an expansion piece actually. It'll be interesting to try one. But I think confetti, exists even on regular pieces. So it's not like it's easy to stitch at all necessarily, the regular ones. I like to have a little bit of a pink action there. Let's have a look. Hmm. 3A63. It's still a brown. I need to tidy up this organizer. At some point, I'm thinking about making a new one for my CXE master set, a new organizer. Maybe come up with a slightly different arrangement there, because at the moment it's getting so bulky, really big, because I put a lot of thread and load up quite a lot. So maybe something that is more, it's got more space than the current one. Hello, Tracy. Tracy Dumas is with us in the chat. Welcome. Let me know what you're stitching today, Tracy. Yes, Susan, maybe half the amount instead, but I'm so lazy because if I just load half of it, I'll need to have another solution for the remaining ones, and it's kind of a hassle. So I tend to just load up the whole lot, and adding more colors as well, so starting to be a little bit bulky. But I'll probably come out with a different solution. Be a nice challenge. That one. That one's done. One, two. That one's done as well. Catching up. Whoops. There. Joy says Max color patterns mostly have colors with only a few stitches. Max colors. I'm trying to work in my head. Max color patterns mostly have colors with only a few stitches, with CE, as in color expansion. Those are combined with similar colors. My Animal Kingdom color expansion has 125 colors, and the least amount is 245. My goodness. Okay. So the least amount as in each color. So the color's got least number of stitches is 245. Okay, so that's very different. And also probably depends on the pattern as well. I'm just thinking about Cake Shop, which is max color, regular size. I remember trying to kit it up. At that time, I didn't have the master set, so I had to kit up the whole thing, 230 colors or something like that. And I remember their colors, multiple colors, tons of them, were literally some of them I'm pretty sure under 10 stitches, like single digit, which is, you know, pretty shocking for the entire piece. Just a few sort of specks of a few colors there. Yeah, so I think that's very different. But I'm sure depending on the pattern as well. So the Cake Shop has lots of color changes here and there. This is so relaxing to stitch. Color extension. I think it's color expansion. That's kind of heaven and earth terminology that no one else knows unless you get their patterns. Tracy's working on sewing room and a new chart that arrived today. Oh, which one? It's oh, it's a Christmas piece. Wow. And a shark. How nice. Interesting combination. Yes. River, it's okay. I know. One, two. Skip one. Oh, Tracy says it's a great white Christmas. I get it. I get it. The great white. And the great white Christmas. Sounds scary. I think it will be quite, you know, probably quite suitable for a Halloween sow as well. I think it works for both. Two. One, two, three, four. Oh, it's a sampler, so it's not a full coverage piece. Sounds like fun. I haven't quite decided what I should be stitching for Christmas. You know, on one hand, I'm thinking maybe a smaller piece, you know, really kind of in your face Christmas ones, you know, unapologetic Christmassy, kind of Christmassy pieces, just a small one that I can finish, or something that's slightly more epic that I could kind of work on throughout different years, multiple years. I don't know. Let's see over here. Two, three, 436, 436. Oh, Tracy has posted it on Facebook. Very nice, very nice. 436. That's the one. Oh, I've got one threaded. Never mind. And I think Nikki has already got her Halloween piece decided. It's called Squid Lady, who has no hair. A balding squid lady. It's a new piece. You know, I can say all that because Nikki's not watching. So yay. There. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 from top. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've got that. Purple, pink. Got that. Trying to match up the pattern as well. There. Hey, busy mom. Hello. Welcome. Let me know if you're playing or working today. Michelle Fuller, hello, hello. There. 1, 2, 3. That way. 4. Busy Mom says, I'm off work, but I'm working on some zipper pulls for my project bag, and later I'll be stitching. Oh, I'd love to make my own project bag, actually. I just been too busy. It's kind of lazy. And to be honest, I just put all my projects into one big bag. So I don't have individual bags. I'm not that organized. Oh, Busy Mom says, I'm actually doing a craft show here in 3 weeks. I'm going to be sell. Oh, you're going to sell it. Sell the projects along with other stuff. You mean project bags? So you're actually making them for sales. Wow, that's amazing. Are you on Etsy or anything like that? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, how nice. I'd love to see your shop. That's amazing. So you're not doing it as a hobby, you're actually selling them. That's legit. And what's your shop name? The links probably wouldn't work, but if you just share the name of the shop, I'd love to have a look. Busy Mom says, my shop is on pause right now. I don't have anything yet, but I'm hoping soon to have it up and running. Oh, how exciting. Yes. That's a lot of work though, if you need to make enough to sell on a shop. It's much easier if it's just patterns, you know, digital stuff. No overheads. So Busy Barn. Very nice name. I'll write that down actually. I'd love to check out your bags when you open. Let me have a look. So Busy Barn. Let me take that down. Because Busy Mom is a floss tuber as well, in case you don't know, guys. It's Busy Mom Stitcher. It's the same handle. And her shop is called Sew, as in sewing, Busy Bun. That's a nice name. Cool. I'll definitely have a check when it's up and running. It can't be easy running a shop where you're selling kind of physical stuff. You know, first of all, you have to make them, and also you have to do the post and packaging and all that, taking orders and customer service. That's the fun bit. Right. It's got a lot of white as well. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3. So 3A65. 3A65. Pure white. Yeah. Yes, but I bet it's good fun, Busy Mom. It's rewarding as well if you love it. So let's have a look. But I think Etsy's such a nice platform. You know, it really gives a lot of independent crafters and artists a place. because otherwise they'll have to put up with, you know, places like Amazon and stuff. It's got a mixed bag of everything. But Etsy is just handcraft stuff. Well, not necessarily handcraft, but handmade craft stuff. You know what I mean. Busy Mum says, I really do love it. I wish I could quit my full-time job and sew all day, but it's not in the budget. But you never know. If you get enough business, you just might be able to do it full time. It's always possible. But I think the important thing is to do it for love, you know, so you have that drive to keep it going. One, two. Joy says, I've been watching YouTube videos from Passion Knit Kelsey. She knits and crochets. She not only sells items but also make money on that as YouTube content maker. Yeah, there are multiple ways to do it, and Busy Mom has a channel going as well. So that'll be a really nice platform to, you know, promote and stuff, even though the channel itself also serves, you know, the purpose as in floss tubing thingy. Absolutely, it's doable. And also with, you know, if you have a channel there, then you can can potentially teach people how to sew as well, if that's your forte. So people can learn from you and buy your products. Perfect. I'm doing air stitching with white. Can barely see it, but it's there. It's true. But this fabric actually has a little bit of blue going there, a tint of blue. It's hard to tell with the lighting. Very nice. $945. Joy says yes, and make and sell patterns, do tutorials for that, and a lot of subscribers. You can make money on that, on top of that too. Yes, I think, you know, all the viewers want is something of value, isn't it? Is it entertainment or knowledge, learning something? And absolutely, we're very lucky to have, you know, technology that we could kind of do independent things, whereas before we have to rely on, I don't know, probably not really possible before all these platforms existed. 945. And I think the whole point of, well, I think the powerful thing about online platform is that you're probably less likely to have to rely on kind of middleman. You know, before, if you want to publish books, you have to go through publishers. You have to, you know, they have to like your projects, think you're going to make profits. They sign you on, give you a deal, and you publish your books. And now you can publish it yourself and cut the middleman. And same with music as well. You can make it just on YouTube or Instagram, whatever. Suzanne says, I design knit patterns and I'm not doing it right now, but get a little bit of money from those patterns once in a while. And it's nice to giving me a little spending money. Absolutely. I think, you know, any kind of intellectual property, any kind of patterns or, you know, knitting patterns or stitching patterns, essentially is something that, you know, doesn't require any overhead. It's like recipes. It's a formula, isn't it? And it doesn't have to be on paper or anywhere. You just need to be able to pass it on to someone that wants it, and it has value. So you should do more, Suzanne. So this one is the arrow up. So I think heaven and earth is quite smart to move away from, you know, the heavy duty work, like doing material packs, doing kits, etc. It's just a lot of work. Whereas their strength is the patterns. And that's kind of a go-to place for everybody. So You know, it's quite smart to stick with that. Where am I? Here. There. Laura says, if you're a floss tuber, can you write off all your cross-stitch supplies as business expenses on your taxes? I think potentially you can. It's just like if you work in IT, you can write off computer equipment, etc. I would presume so. And 2, 3. That way, that one's done. Two. That one's done. Yeah, Suzanne, maybe you can put them on Etsy as well. If you already have patterns that's completed, so you don't have to do more necessarily. You can just put them on different platforms. Oh, Suzanne, you're sharing the names. Under what platform? Which platform is it? Knitting harpen or spinning yarn design. Because people are here for stitching, but a lot of you knit as well. I knit. or used to, you know, I used to do more knitting. Oh, I see. Suzanne says the last royalty check I got from Interweave, I spent it all on cross-stitching supplies. Well, perfect. So, you're using one craft to sponsor the other. It's perfect. Same here, Suzanne. I used to knit so much more, and now I just haven't got bandwidth. I still have a blanket that I was knitting. Not knitting, crocheting. And it's been maybe close to 2 years. I haven't finished it. Whereas before, I would have finished it within weeks. Now I'm just spending most of my time stitching. Those ones done. Oh, Tracy's found it. Tracy's found Suzanne's pattern. Busy Mom says for my part-time job, I used to work for Jane Fabric till he decided to close all of them down. But I'm able to sew and stitches more. But I do miss getting the fabric and floss. Oh, so you're able to get the fabric and material a little bit cheaper, I presume. That's nice. Well, I think the best way to run a business is doing something that, you really love and extend it into a business. I think that's probably, the happiest path to having a business. River says, it looks really pretty, Yogi. What are you stitching? It's a piece from Now I Know is an artist called, I should know, John O'Brien. John Patrick O'Brien, and the piece is called Maison Romantique. The previous name from the company I bought the pattern from, they named it the Wedding Dress Shop, as it says on the tin. It's a wedding dress shop, but it's actually a piece of artwork by John O'Brien. Joy says, do I hear cow day coming? I don't know who that is. I probably missed something in a conversation. I can take another one of 945. 945. And Joyce, when are you making the next video, darling? Stitchy Dutchy is also a floss tuber, probably one of the first few floss tubers I came across when I was researching stitching methods, and I came across Joyce's channel, and I was fascinated by it because it was just so neat. I was just drawn by, you know, how tidy and orderly the way she stitched her pieces, and been following her ever since. And lo and behold, she appeared in my chat. Small world. Very happy. I think stitching world is really small, isn't it? It's like, you know, words do kind of get around. And I'm really surprised that people found my channel, because I just started out of nowhere. And I think it was because some people kind of mentioned the channel on maybe their groups or something. So it was very nice. Oh, it's like sob and knitting. Cow. I get it. Cow. I see. I've never done anything like that. I was just a lone knitter. One, two, there. One, two, three. One, two, three, there. Oh, Captain Squirrel says I found you through Ebony's channel. Oh, did she mention me then? That's so nice, Ebony. She's in Turkey. I'll be nicer to her when she comes back then. Try not to mention the word pigeon. I'll do my best. Suzanne says, I came on, you came up on my YouTube feed one day and I watched the replay. Oh, it just popped up. Algorithm. And Busy Mom Stitcher says, Yogi, you popped up on my feed one day. I just started watching you. Right. How interesting. And Susan says, I started watching Gemma Stitches, then you appeared in my feed. Oh, on Gemma's channel, as in watch next type of thing, like algorithm. Oh, that is so nice. Me and Emma, we're forever linked together. I do love Emma. Not Emma, Gemma. So I'm very happy with that. Joy says, I'm happy just stitching and watching other floss tubers for now. Yes, but just by being in the chat, you're teaching us a lot of things, you know? So similar function, you're just using a different platform, wouldn't you say? Oh, sip of tea. Cool. Can end this one. Nine, 4, 5. 9, 4, 5. It's really pretty, isn't it? Look. Very nice. And I know which one I'm going next. 7, 5, 8. I remember maybe the first Stitch With Me I did for the channel. And I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know, but I wasn't streaming in the very beginning. I think I was kind of recorded, kind of just turn the camera on and start stitching. And the first one I did is still on the channel. I think I'm just talking and just kind of try to find my flow there. And then the second one, because I watch some other channels, they do like silent ones, like really zen ones. They just stitch and not talking for like 2 hours or something. And then I tried that and I just knew I couldn't do that because I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to say something because probably just a habit, I want to describe what I'm doing. And so I had to hold my breath for like 2 hours, probably an hour and a half. And I go, I'm not doing this again because it's no fun. I just want to be able to talk. And I have no idea what I'm going to say or do or whatever. But I just knew that it feels a lot more natural if I could just talk about whatever it is. So, so I thought, well, recording is kind of a lot of hassle, isn't it? You have to record it, upload it, and all that jazz. And I thought, well, maybe streaming. So I decided to do it. And to be honest, the first few streams, I can't remember which one. Maybe the first one, I was quite lucky. The first one I did, Nikki came on. Because in my memory, I thought maybe she came on a couple of streams later. Because I remember in the beginning, pretty much, it was just me talking to myself. And it was actually quite fun because I thought, well, it doesn't matter who's watching or no one. I'm still enjoying it. So I knew that I could do this because if I don't care if anybody's watching, I'm good to go because I'm not worried, And I'm really just stitching. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not performing. So there's no script, and I just sit down and start stitching and pretty much just verbalize whatever I had in my head and maybe explain certain things, and that's it. And it started from there. And then Nikki came on and have a chat with me, and I thought, oh my God, this is so much fun. And people actually found my channel. At that time, I think maximum maybe 1 or 2 people watching at a time. Maybe, I can't remember how long it lasted. And then gradually, one by one, a few people came back to say hello. And then kind of just built from there. And I'm just so happy that, you're here to keep me company, and hopefully I keep you company as well when it comes to stitching, because it's such a quite unusual hobby, I guess, even within the stitching genre. Some people probably don't even know what this is. So it's quite nice to find a whole bunch of people who enjoy doing the same things. The magic of algorithm. And I'm grateful there is an option to stream as well, because I'm just trying to imagine if I had to do the recording, editing, uploading, the chances I probably wouldn't be doing it because I just, I haven't got the patience or the bandwidth. So I think I'm very grateful to have the option. Joyce, Joyce says, I'm too tired to go to bed, really. But I guess nobody's going to bring me bring it to me, so I'll drive myself. Oh my God, that's super tired. So tired that you can't even go to bed. You can just lie down on the floor there, and tomorrow you can just get up and keep stitching. How's that? So, night night to Joyce. Oh dear. Oh, Joyce, please someone carry her to bed, please. Or she's gonna just, pass out in the corridor. That wouldn't be good. We can just get up tomorrow in the same place and just keep stitching. Sweet dream. Michelle Fuller says, you showed up on my feed one day and I watched replay. I subscribed and got notification for live. I lurked in the background for quite a while. Oh, Michelle. Well done, Michelle. Yes. To be honest, if I go to a live stream, I'm more of a lurker than a chatter. So, but I really enjoy chatting with you. That is so nice. And it's really interesting because even just through kind of, really casual chat through daily streams, you get to know sort of different personalities, at least that dimension as a stitcher. And it's quite nice. It's the meeting of the mind, isn't it? Michelle says you crack me up while I listening while working. That's very nice of you. Yes, a lot of people listening to us working actually, which is quite nice. Just bring them a little bit of relief from vigorous working there. Kind of like a radio type of thing. Captain Score says, I'm still watching the backlog of lives every day. So if I don't make it to live, I still watch you every day. Oh, that's so nice. That makes me very happy. Yes. It's a lot there. So you're not going to run out anytime soon, Captain Squirrel. And the great thing about the stream is it's real time, obviously. So if people have questions, they can just ask live here rather than comments and all that stuff. And also, if I don't know something, someone in the chat knows. So it's I learned so much as well. And there's no script, there's no theme, and all we have is just something that we work on, and so it's very spontaneous, and you never know. There's some streams when I finish, the streaming, I kind of think to myself, oh, geez, we talk about some, stuff. There are a few episodes that people kind of, really share their personal things and thoughts. Very, very personal. And so, yeah, it's like every single day I have no idea what's going to come up. And it's quite special, actually. Every day is a new day. I don't know who's going to come up. I know there are a few regulars. I'm really happy. And I don't know what we're going, what we're going to talk about. I'm totally spontaneous. Michelle says it took me 3 days to make it through the marathon. The 10-hour marathon. Oh, well done. You did it. Yes, watching it, just like doing a marathon, it requires the same strength and willpower. I know. Because the marathon idea, literally, I came up with it overnight because the day before there was a little episode there. I set up the timetable. So normally, you probably know by now that I put out kind of a scheduled time for the stream a few hours ago, maybe a couple of hours ago, something like that. So I set up the schedule there, and I didn't turn up because what happened that day was I set up the time and I got a call from a teacher, a fellow teacher, and she was down with a really severe cold. So her classes, she couldn't find last minute covers. And the studio was actually slightly far away, not somewhere that I was familiar with. So, but I said, yeah, of course I'll do it. And it was literally, I'm trying to think, maybe 3 hours before the class start time. So I basically dropped everything, packed my bag, got ready, and went out. And I thought, well, in my mind, I remember I set the timer, but I thought, well, it's okay. I'll cancel it when I get to the studio. And when I got there, I realized I didn't have any mobile reception whatsoever. Very, very poor. And so I tried a couple of times just before the class. I thought, well, I'll try to cancel it. And it just didn't go through. So I thought, well, never mind. I just do my classes and then see what happens. And by the time I finished, it was quite late. And I got on the tube. There was no reception either. And by the time I got home, I got sort of posts on our Facebook group that they kind of wonder what happened to me. Basically, I went AWOL. And so in my mind, so I was feeling quite bad actually, because it was almost midnight over here and nobody knew what happened to me. And the live stream supposed to go off, but obviously I wasn't there. So I thought, well, just almost as a joke, to be honest, as a joke, I go, well, as apologies or something like that. Tomorrow, the following day, so that was a Friday, following day was the Amy South Saturday. So I thought, well, how about if we do a 10-hour marathon as a apology? And I thought everybody was going to come back and go, oh, that's nuts. No one, I can't do that. But to my surprise, everybody came back with a thumbs up and they just go, yeah, we're game. So we did it. So it was totally spontaneous. I came up with the idea the night before and we did it the following day. And I came up with some yoga sessions as well. So there you go. There you go. That was what happened. So that's how we started the marathon. Captain Squirrel says, full of one, I was watching yesterday, you were talking about doing a Mill Hill button. Oh my God, yes, Mill Hill buttons and beads kit. Are you still planning to do that? I'm so glad. I've been thinking about that episode. I can't remember who suggested that. But I was trying to find a brand name because I remember the episode because I've been thinking about doing something involves beads, and I remember someone mentioned the kid, but I just couldn't remember the brand. The name is Mill Hill, is it? I have to write it down because I've been looking. I didn't remember which episode that was. Let me Mill Hill. I couldn't remember which episode that was, but I vividly remember that someone mentioned that. So I couldn't find the kids. Yes, I think the plan was originally, I was thinking maybe we can do a Halloween Saw with that, or maybe a Christmas one. Maybe they have a Christmas one as well. Let me see, Mill Hill. Buttons. Oh, you solved the mystery, Captain Squirrel. And yes, I would love to do that. The reason we're doing the Halloween Saw with this piece is because it occurred to me not everybody have access to anything that involves like a physical kit. You know what I mean? If we do a saw with a piece like that, like a Mill Hill button piece, some people might not be able to buy it. So, and maybe it's a little bit more costly as well. I don't know how much per kit cost, but that's why I went for the digital version. But I very much want to try out stitching kits with beads. Yeah, thank you for mentioning it. I was trying to guess in my mind, trying to search Google, trying to figure out what brand it was. Now I know. Well done, Captain Squirrel. You are Captain Material, you are. And yes, Sarah says we will stitch and chatted without you that night. Oh dear. Yeah, because I remember maybe it was posted by Joyce, and basically, she was sending out the search parties to check if I was still alive. So, yes, that wasn't good. Imagine. Yes. Tracy says, I remember that one. That was the week I started following the channel, and that hasn't come up again. But I have a Halloween one with glow in the dark beads. I wanted to, oh, Tracy, were you the one that suggested it? Yes. Yeah, because recently I was trying to look back and try to figure out what website that was. Because we did a little Google, didn't we? Like we looked at the website together. Yes, they're so pretty though. I have to have another look. Maybe they have some Christmas ones that I can do. Yes, it was fun. Right, Tracy. Tracy is the, I think you were the one that found the craft room patterns as well, when you, oh, great resources you are, Tracy. Captain says, it's number 27. Thank you for reporting that. Susan says, Amazon, so Mill Hill. Oh, really? I was a bit worried that maybe it's harder to get hold of from the UK. But so Susan is in UK as well. So Lakeside. Oh, yeah. I can imagine they probably have something like that. I'd love to try it though. They're so pretty. Betty says, I love the Mill Hill Santas and perforated papers. Wow, they're so much fun to stitch. I'd love to try that actually. Maybe a Santa, maybe a Christmas kit would be very nice. It doesn't have to be a saw. I could just do it. And everybody else is like salivating. Yes, Tracy, I remember that episode. We had a browse, didn't we? Yes. Now I know what it is. I'd love to get one for Christmas. 902. And this is the fun part because every single stream is different. You know, it depends on who is in the chat and what comes up. So every day is a new day. It's good fun. Oh my God, I can't believe time flies when you're stitching and having fun. It's almost midnight. I'll do maybe a couple more colors. It's so weird. When I'm stitching, I felt the time just kind of speeds up. Because if you know, before streaming days, if you told me that I'll be sitting here for 3 hours a day and stitch, I'll go, you're crazy. It's just no chance I'll be able to do that. But for some reason, it's actually very easy to do. And we did it for 10 hours for one Saturday and 6 hours the other week, didn't we? So. And it didn't feel hard at all. I mean, Sarah is a marathon stitcher. She can do 24 hours with no sleep. And maybe with Red Bull or something like that, energy drinks, and she's fine. But I'm mere mortal, you know. I'm not made like that. But still, I managed. Oh, Susan, Joyce came up with Ugly Jumper by Mill Hill. Were they from Mill Hill? Those ones? Really? I didn't realize that. Yes, they involve beads as well. I didn't realize they were Mill Hill ones as well. Yes, the snow globe I do love, and the jumper one is really cute as well. Maybe I'll get those. Yeah, the reason I didn't go for those, even though I was very tempted, because I want everybody to be able to download it. So I went for a digital download instead. Yes, you're right, Tracy. They're kind of manageable. They're not intimidating. It's not like a, you know, epic piece that you have to kind of commit, you know, to do. And so it's quite nice. One, two, up there. Oh, Kimberly says, just want to say thank you for your time. I really have fun stitching with you and all of you. That is so kind, Kimberly. I really enjoy your company as well. Because without you guys coming up here and chatting with me, that was just me talking. Which I'm not sure. Yes, I kind of did that for a while, but I'm just so glad I can actually have a conversation rather than monologue. See you tomorrow, Sarah. Sarah says, no energy drinks except coffee. Coffee is the energy drinks, for sure. But Sarah is like, you know, she can stitch for hours and hours a day. No problem. Susan says you're not able to download the beads. I know. I wish everybody had like a 3D printer. So we just download the recipes and everybody's got the same kit. Well, you never know. At some point, we'll be able to do that. Maybe not that far ahead in the future. Suzanne says it's such a fun way of spending the evening. Yeah, I think quite a lot of stitchers, they stitch in the evening or whatever day, you know, of time of day that you are right now. And of course, you can do other things at the same time. You can listen to other things, but it's so nice to have people actually stitching at the same time as you or as me. It's just good fun. I kind of imagine it almost like a little cafe, you know, that it's open there every day. And you never know who's going to wander in. And there'll be some regulars and there'll be some new visitors. And it's kind of in my mind, it's a little bit like that. Oh wow, Kimberly, I'm back in the cage. 674 stitches for me today. Amazing, Kimberly, that's tremendous. 674. I can't remember the last time I did 674. Like almost never. But don't tell anyone. Susan says there's some lovely Jim Shore Santa Mill Hill kits. Oh, I must have a look. Yeah, I didn't realize those ones suggested by Joyce, they're from Mill Hill as well. But they're really cute. Really cute. And then once you finish it, you can hang them as ornaments. And Susan's doing really well today. It didn't sleep on me. Just checking. Count to 10, so I know you're awake. Right, I think this might be my last stitch here. Right. Yeah, tonight's session kind of went really fast. How strange. as usual. I find out every day. Susan is still awake. Oh, well done, well done. Just checking, just checking. And so let's have a look to see what we've done today. And of course, we're playing Guess My Stitches. So this would be a good time for you to gauge how many stitches I made. So in the beginning of the stream, there are a little bit of outlines of this, roof area of this shop there. And I put in, quite a few stitches here and creating this outline. And just to show you the full pattern, the full image here. Whoops, not this one. This one we're doing for our festive stitching. This one, so if you look to the right there, can you see the canopy there? It's quite pretty. So that's where I am right now. And the slightly orangey building up there is really, really pretty. And let me just zoom out a little bit more so you can appreciate it. So I'm right at the center to all the right there of the pattern. And I really enjoy doing this. It's such a nice return to this piece. I hadn't worked on this piece probably for like close to 2 months. Goodness, where's time gone? There are just so many different pieces I need to cycle through. So there you go. So I can see some numbers coming in already. Good. And let me just show you my pattern here. Let's just have a look of the submission here, okay? So obviously Kimberly has done 674. That's let's just forget that number, okay? And this is me you're talking about here. And so Kimberly says 311, okay? And Captain Squirrel 112, Suzanne 325. Okay, guys, if you're lurking, then come forward with a number. Just throw a number out there, and you might be the winner. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Suzanne 325 and Susan 225, and Lily Stitches 220, and Tracy Dumas 293, and Laura 300, Busy Mom 150, and Steve 375, Janelle 145. Oh dear. And let's have a look. Quite a large gaps between different predictions. So from here, I'm going to just first to tease you, just to show you the percentage. Okay, so I'm doing really well. Look at this. Can you see it? Can you see it a little bit closer? 10%. I passed 10%. Yay. Okay, last minute submission. And Janelle 145, we've got that. And Belena, yes, 238. Let's have a look. Who will be our winner tonight? The winner will, of course, win the grand prize of respect. Okay, respect of your fellow stitchers is priceless. You can only get it here. And also our emoji buffet, which is delicious. Okay, so there we go. Tonight I have done, ta-da, great number 333 tonight. How about that? Who is the winner tonight? So look up 300 upwards. We've got Laura. Oh, Suzanne 325. Maybe Suzanne, anyone closer? And I think it may be Susan. Sorry, Suzanne, not Susan. Susan, yes, 225. So Suzanne 325. Am I correct? Suzanne is our winner tonight. Yes. Congratulations, Suzanne. You're the winner tonight. And Selita, a little bit late, 285. So the correct number is 333. I've done 333. Amazing. Any number above 300 is like a dream. It's a very, very good day. So bring on the round of applause, the firecrackers, and our emoji buffet to treat Suzanne for this special occasion. Okay, a new day, a new winner. Laura, yes, bring out the buffet. Yummy. Captain Squirrel, very healthy. Yes, I love that. And Lini has brought up a kind of food quite suitable for cinema. Taco, popcorn, and biscuits. And round of applause from Busy Mom as well. Yes, tonight is Suzanne's night. So, thank you everyone for joining me today. And you guys can all dig in to Steve. Steve is the hot pepper again. Steve is obsessed with hot chili. And, a drumstick, some sort of meat item there as well. So if you can dig in. It's amazing. And Janelle says, sorry for my low amount. You never know, because that kind of number is normally correct. But today I'm on fire. So there you go. It's a surprise for you. Isn't it, Janelle? I'm mysterious. You can't see through me. You can't read me. Because I'm just like that. I'm a mystery. So no kitty start, of course. And so from here in a sleepy London town, Yogi is going to sign out. And congratulations, Suzanne. And everybody have a sweet dream whenever you're sleeping. For me, is about like now. And I'm going to have a cup of tea and then have a good night, sleep. And I shall see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. So, weekend starts here pretty much. And maybe already started in Australia. And I'll be here. And I hope to see you here as well. You know where to find me. Night night. Good night, everyone.